Hey guys, RJ here. I'm just wanting to make a quick video quick to show you how the spreadsheet over here works as regards to all the games that we've been playing. Yeah, I wanted to make a quick video because I wanted to show you guys real quick how the spreadsheet works, and I really want you, if you guys want to make your own stories, or if you want to go and create your own different battle system using this as like a template or a starting point, by all means. I posted a link in the Facebook right now, right over here, so you guys can check it out, and I'll post this video as soon as I get it finished. But yeah, I just wanted to go through a quick little overview through what exactly the spreadsheet is and how it works, and that way I encourage you guys to go and create your own stories. And if you feel that you want to change up the battle system, by all means. Like I said, I really am excited because it was a lot of work putting into making this spreadsheet happen, and I wanted to make sure that all of you guys who like it and get into it have your own stories to tell, and that we can play and we can all have a great time. So good. Okay, so anyway, this over here represents a standard character sheet. You can tell. All right, good. I'm good time. So, okay, yeah. All right. Anyway, so message. So this sheet right over here represents a standard character sheet. This right over here is a Christian sheet right over here. Notice how I put them all in alphabetical order. That's something that you can easily do on Google Docs, so it's pretty easy. But the character sheet starts like this. So you got your name, class, and your race, your level, your health, your alignment, and identity. These things you can obviously edit yourself. But these cells right over here are exactly what are being controlled. So the user can actually go and edit this right here, the name, class, race, this one, but they don't edit the level or the health. This over here actually happens based on a leveling system. Excuse me, the health gets adjusted because it has a code right here, see? But the level, you can put any level you want. And basically, whenever you put a level right over here, it affects the 3 yellow boxes right over here. So when you change this right here, the level, it changes these 3 yellow boxes, which distributes points. Now you can go and adjust these yourself, but basically the algorithm, essentially when you put a number in there, it distributes points right over here, and you can easily change it by going over here and clicking the cells right over here. The same thing happens with the dice table. The dice table changes based on the amount of points that are placed in these 3 boxes right over here that the user can actually distribute. So right over here, Christian has 8 points right here that he can distribute. So if he puts 8 right over here, notice how right over here 8 was actually moved in over here. So if I put 0, 0 automatically changes. And the reason why is because the algorithm right over here actually implements the amount that goes in there. So this is basically just like with the character sheet. I think most of you guys know how this works. The second part, so you got your offensive ability, strength, dexterity, wisdom. You got your defense, fortitude, finesse, willpower, miscellaneous, intelligence, persuasion, and luck, perception, all standard stuff. The next part over here is equipment. So this is a different one that I just created in recent games. So basically you have your main weapon, secondary weapon, armor, and 2 trinkets. The user can actually go and put the names right over here, and the same thing goes with training. These fall in the same category. Originally I wanted to make it that the GM is the one that controls this, but I find that it's a lot easier if you just let the users put it in, because then it's a lot faster and they just do it on their own will. So it's like, alright, so it's pretty simple. But basically, anything that you put into each of these categories right over here increases the number, basically, in the overall sum, quote to say, in these right here. But what I'm more saying is that, for example, let's say, look at this dexterity right over here. Or here, let's look at the strength. So the strength right over here is 8, right? If I go in the main weapon right over here, and I just put a 2 in strength, this 2 is added to this cell right over here. But it's actually over here. Because remember how this cell was changing over here? So when you have 2 over here, it actually increases on this side. And this whole thing goes all across the board with regards to weapons, armors, and trinkets. So let's say this was a blaster of sorts. So, okay, it gives you, or that wouldn't make any sense, right? It wouldn't make any sense, right? Let's say it was a vibrosword. So it increases 2 strength, right? Let's say that we have was offense armor. and we tell them, oh, the character gives you a +4, so you can just put a 4 right here, and you can see it automatically ups right over here. Also adjusted is right over here as well at the out of combat. Same thing with trinkets. Let's say that the trinket was a blaster trinket. Blaster trinket. So if we put in a 2 right over here in the blaster trinket under dexterity, notice how this went up. Here, look, I'll close it again. So there's nothing in this cell right here, right? It's 38. Let's say we put 5. So it gives you a +5. +5 automatically goes here and it increases. What I have found based on the spreadsheet is that in increments of 4, about 4, that these actually go up by 1. Because remember, as we play the game, D6, D8, D12, D100, these 3 you need to roll below in order to activate them. So, for example, let's look at this wisdom right over here. So let's say instead of a blaster trinket, it's a wisdom trinket. So if we put a 4 right over here in wisdom, notice how we have a 4 right over here. We still have a 0. Let's try it a little bit more. Let's make it 5. Or 5, still a little more. 6. Okay, what's going on? Oh, well, I think it's because... Okay, yeah, because it's 10. So the way that the D6 algorithm works is that it's in numbers by 10, and then it rounds down. So I guess what ended up happening was, like, most characters will usually specialize and put their points. For example, Christian right here invested most of his points in dexterity, so that's why it said that, you know, if you put like a 4 here in dexterity, it would increase it. So usually that happens, but usually in the early games, like when you're starting off like level 1 like to 5, you don't really want to have like so many points, given that these are actually, because it's only increments of 6, right? So that's why you have to make sure that it's kind of balanced. But that's why I found that, you know, for example, a good bonus, since Christian over here is a blaster person, if I just put 4 in blaster, he'd be pretty happy about that, because then his D6 would increase. So that's that. Okay, so that's just a quick little rundown of those. Same thing with training. So let's say he had military training. Military training. Let's unbold that. So, and then we can say, I don't know, militia, something like that. And then we can say, oh, that gives you a plus on fortitude, right? So fortitude right here. So let's just say, okay, it gives you a +4 in fortitude. So here, see, that went up by 4, right? Now this algorithm's different. So let's say, for example, the militia gave him willpower. So I put 4 in willpower. Notice how that went up by 1. Right here, look, see. So it's 0, right? And then 4. This one increases in increments of 4. So you can also adjust these, don't forget, because there's code up here. But it's all divided by 2.5. But you can don't worry about that yet. Just focus on like the main precedents that we have right over here. Same thing with force powers and abilities, in terms of, say, let's say that the intermediate ability is uncanny dodge. Then they're able to actually go and increase by finesse by 4. Once again. Oh, well, I guess that, I don't think that his it didn't activate this part right here, but okay, normally the fortitude actually would happen right over here, and it would be added, but I got, oh no, that's right, no, okay, forget what I said about that. These abilities right over here, usually what happens, like if you do an uncanny dodge, I actually assigned it right over here so you can just put it into the training, so that way it'd be more simpler. So let's say the uncanny dodge give you a +1, right? So that you can just put it right over here, like that. Yeah, I did that so that way, like this room right over here, because sometimes the abilities get pretty long, that you can just write a whole like sentence. So that's why you could do that. Again, though, if you wanted these to go down even more, you would just have to go and just basically drag this down, which would be over here in this F box right here. So for example, let's say you wanted this to go down to the abilities, you would actually have to click this algorithm and drag it down and to add the sum here, and then it would work. Okay, yeah, so that's just a quick basic rundown. And again, story as well, and the party alliance and opposition. The way that you change that is just by changing the red, and yeah, that's pretty much how it is. That's just characters for now.